Jesus. And Martha is invited to sit with Jesus, to be in his presence, and to listen to his words. Martha, coming to see Jesus, experiences that she is not valued for whatever it is that she is doing, but that she is valued because she is a child of God. Martha looks stressed, and she should see Jesus. Now, stress is dealt with by many of us in so many different ways, and it comes out sometimes as worry, and sometimes it comes out as in the form of distractions and busyness, and trying to just get a handle on what we think we can as we get our proverbial wheels stuck in a mire of mud, and they just start spinning. But the distraction in this particular instance of the story comes from the Greek word perispato, and has this connotation of being dragged or pulled away in different directions. Many of us can probably relate to that, right? We live in this frenetic world where days, we feel like our days anyway need to be filled with things to do, and every moment and second needs to be filled with something. And Martha, in her talking with Jesus, opens an area that she does not know that she was opening. That she was busy with all sorts of things. And many of us are constantly busy. And unfortunately, we wear our busyness like a badge of honor that we carry around. And we feel like failures if our days not filled to the minutes with something to do. And if we don't have something to do, we immediately pull out our electronic distractions and start to fill that time with something. Before you start to blame the youth on it, I'm speaking to adults here. Myself included. So don't just say, let's just be pointing out. But the point is that the temptation is there to constantly be busy. Like if there's a free day, we need to go to a game or go shopping or find something to do at the local parks district. We can't just sit and be present with each other, let alone present with Jesus. Martha's worried about what others are thinking about her and her hospitality. That if things go wrong, at least it will look like she tried to do something and make all the arrangements necessary. To further deepen her case around this, she indicts her sister on a charge of not helping, secretly hoping to be praised for what she is doing. But Jesus, though, sees through her busyness, her stress, her worry about being judged, and rescues her as a child of God. If you're like me, we all need to be rescued from time to time around that worry. Sometimes that worry is real. Talked with several of our youth this week, and I said, so what do you worry about? And several of them just immediately piped up and said, I'm worried about my grades. I worry about that test that I'm going to have to take, and that grade's not going to be good enough. Jesus rescues us from that worry and helps to put us in that frame of mind where we can study and get really prepped up for that test. Some of the children I talked with talk about how at home, them and their siblings have altercations, and they have worries over these things. And also some of them were really sweet and said, I worry that my brother or sister will be lost or won't know how to get to where they need to be, like home or something. And so when we turn those worries over and praying for other people, that worry is turned over to God. And one other one was teens and adults. Both talked about that worry about being judged. This worry is a constant, an ever-living one that many of us hold on to. And this worry holds us from taking steps, that judgment, it holds us from taking steps of things that we long to do or want to do. Because we worry about what other people would think about us if we stand up and speak from the heart. we even worry that if our socks aren't the same color, both black socks, but if you wash them separately, sometimes the ones get grayer than the other ones. And so we're worried that even those grayer socks sometimes don't match. And so we're worried that others will find it kind of awkward and funny and start to judge us. And so we frantically go through them and try to rematch them. And so we worry about that judgment that will come. And we worry about that judgment that will come when we show up here at church, and we might reach out to the person we're not quite certain we know yet, and because, maybe they did introduce themselves to me once, and I forgot their name, and so they'll kind of think poorly of me. But here's the deal. We are the church, and we're here to be in community, to get to know one another, to learn from each other, to see and to be with each other. The church would come together for community, not for judgment. And so our worry keeps us from being courageous in those moments where we worry, and so we stay in what feels comfortable. And courageous is meeting those new people and expanding our church community. Being courageous is stepping out and wearing 2 different color socks all together. Courageous is learning about the world around us and growing in our lives. Being worried forces us back into trying to be comfortable in situations where we should be courageous. We're worried. Jesus tells us to come and see me. You are a child of God, and you're not judged by your actions. You are loved because you've been created by God. This morning, I don't necessarily know what your worries are necessarily. And I don't pretend to know what's distracting you this morning or what's stressing you out. Many of us have come in here like Martha, overbusy, worried, stressed out, distracted. When we find ourselves in these situations, listen to those words. You look stressed. You need to see me be Jesus. You look stressed. You need to see me be Jesus. Kermit, you look stressed. You need to see me be Jesus. Allison, you look stressed. You need to see me be Jesus. Let's all put our own names in there. You look stressed. You need to see me be Jesus. I can only imagine the comfort and the release that Martha thought as she began to bask in Jesus' presence, or the worry and confusion and distraction that just started to melt away from Martha. She probably heard Jesus, see right through everything she was doing. Just see her, something just snapping inside, and walking over to that fire, picking up that food, because we don't want to burn food. It's not to be wasteful, right? Taking that food off the fire, setting it to the side, just wandering back and finding her way at the foot of Jesus. To sit with him, to listen, and to be embraced. So this morning, let us shed that worry, that distraction, that busyness. Let us shed the facade that we have put up to keep others out. Let us allow ourselves, when you are stressed, to come and see Jesus. Because when we worry, Jesus rescues. Amen.